The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning to everyone. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we begin another Monday. Can you believe June 12th?
Man, I'm telling you, every time I save $1, I spend $2, and we're getting closer to Christmas every time we take a breath.
It
Golly.
is. That
Man.
midway point of the year, July 4th coming up. I'm sure that the city of Meridian will have a big festival.
It's going to be a good time.
We'll be talking about some of the things that went on over Friday in Meridian also this morning. We'll talk about that.
4th of July. I mean, that's our freedom, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
Well, let's go out and shoot some firecrackers and let's go celebrate. But I'm telling y'all, if we keep this path that we got going now, this is going to be one of the last that we have because we're losing our freedom and it's being took from us every single day. So if y'all really want to keep this 4th of July stuff going, y'all better think about some stuff.
That's right, patriotism. And there's a little thing coming up in August and November that, fixes things like this, called voting. Make sure that you get out and cast a vote. We want to go to Kosciuszko, Mississippi first this morning. A family urgently, and I got a message to where they're trying to plan a horse event to go look for this young man who is missing. We have Mr. Grady Stanley missing. And again, this is going to be in the Kosciuszko area. And let's pull this up. Here he is, here on the left, who is missing. I've got two pictures of him. Now, he has dementia, been able to do everything that he wanted to, and has been missing for several days now. They're in a desperate look for him. The wildlife is out looking. And again, Kosciuszko Police Department has that APB out on that. And as we get this more about what day that they may get together for a ride with horses to go look, we'll pass that along to everybody and make a post about that. We certainly don't want to leave him out.
No, and we definitely pray for safe returns for him.
Yeah, so we'll keep you updated with the latest on that. Last Thursday, as somebody went to bed, you wouldn't think anybody would mess with your things, but let's go out to Sam Hurt Road in the Toomsuba area. Let me show you a picture here. And this is what's called stolen here. Both of these are 2022 models. One is a 420 Honda Rancher. The other is a 2022 Can-Am. That's a chunk of change sitting there right there.
You got that. And if your friend showed up with a four-wheeler and you know he don't have a four-wheeler, make that phone call. Sometimes it takes family to get the right thing done.
It does. Now, there's a $1,000 reward from the owners of this. They can give you all the details of how they're offering that, most likely with the arrest and conviction of whoever did this, but they sure would like their equipment back. There's nothing worse than working hard and somebody coming along and stealing. And how they done it, what was it, 2 years ago? They stole one from my house, and it was a friend of mine had left it, and I pushed it out one night out of my shop, and they pushed it down the road a quarter of a mile before they loaded it so they wouldn't crank it and make noise. Now, I didn't have the key in it, but they were clever. But they pushed it about a quarter mile before they loaded it, and it ended up in Toomsuba. That's how quickly.
It didn't take long.
It didn't. So be on the lookout for this. Things like this move quickly throughout the county and then out of the state, cut up or whatever.
We said Christmas is coming.
It is.
$1,000 go a long way for some Christmas.
Sure will. Contact the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department or just call 911. Either way that you want to and go, hey, there's something suspicious here.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot going on over the weekend.
It was fairly busy. Meridian stayed pretty busy with a lot of activity. And
wait a minute.
Now, didn't Sesame Street come to town?
Yeah, let's talk about Sesame Street. Big Bird, folks, now back up, listen to me now. Big Bird was in Meridian yesterday. And when I say Big Bird, let's say that you're getting ready to go to church and you whoop into a store to get you a drink to carry along.
Yeah.
Well, we're human. We sometimes leave our car running. As they were coming out the store, Big Bird jumped into the car. A male subject wearing all yellow, a yellow hoodie, yellow shoes, yellow pants, and commenced to stealing the car on 24th Avenue. Well, the owner done what they thought they should. They went after it, jumped to the car, and were drugged several feet behind the car. Then Big Bird can't control the Camaro that he has stolen. Hits a young lady who was most likely headed to church that morning.
Yeah.
Then he further loses control and takes out 4 light poles before crashing head-on into the wall at the Dollar General on 24th Avenue. And let's just go ahead and look at some pictures of what went on with this stuff. This is how it all happened here. 24th Avenue. And let's jump to the video here. There's the car, what's left of it, at the Dollar General. Now, isn't that bad?
That took a smash.
Here's the car. This is that wall right there at the Dollar General, that concrete wall.
Yeah.
And the Camara's totaled.
Oh, yeah, it's done. There's nothing left on it.
As we come across, here is the young lady that was sideswiped. She was headed to church, minding her own business.
Yeah.
As we come forth, the police got the road blocked off. Why, you say? Well, let's just take a closer look at that. Oh, there's power lines down everywhere. You didn't have power Saturday morning because of this.
You know, that's tough. And everybody got
Look at that,
a
Odie.
taste of that. I mean, took the whole pole.
It was just total. Look how far you can see all the light
All the
poles
way
taken
down.
out.
He just didn't know what kind of power was in that car.
So Big Bird, after wrecking there at the Dollar General, commences to jump out of the car and left. Police arrive on the scene and Big Bird is not there. They searched and searched and searched until the Comcast guy goes, I see Big Bird laying in a driveway over here. Big Bird fell out with a broke leg and could not go any further.
I've fallen and I can't get back up.
The Meridian Police Department was very nice. They showed up, had some folks from Metro pick him up, bandage him up, and then, well, he got a ride downtown.
Yeah, Tommy says he's a jailbird now.
I'm trying to think here. As a criminal, try to think like a criminal. You look down, you're wearing yellow. Well, I just blend in with everybody this morning.
Yeah, what do you think you was going to hide behind the sun? That just, give me some camouflage or something.
Man alive. Only Meridian, Mississippi does this go on. Big Bird. Now, as we smile and laugh about this, y'all realize what this was. This was this was a carjacking. You hear about carjackings in other cities, but this Meridian, Mississippi, write it down. There will be more to follow. Carjackings. Don't leave your car open. Don't leave your babies in there because there's people that are sitting out by stores. When you get out, they watch.
No.
This is what's bad. Let me tell you, a friend of mine left Meridian, Mississippi, and he made me swear I wouldn't tell his name because he was embarrassed. And I get it. But he drove to West Point, Mississippi to buy parts for a car that he had. He took $6,000 cash with him to buy the car that was wrecked. He had it in his armrest. He got out of the store, left his truck unlocked. He gets almost back to Meridian and looks in there for something, and his money is gone. Sure enough,
wow!
Just that quick, somebody sitting on the window ledge of a store slips over to his truck, reaches into his glove box, his armrest, takes his money, and he never gets it back. Now, that'll make you beyond sick. That's a lot of money.
Well, and I hope we reach a lot of people, and we reach a lot of smart people. So I want y'all to read between the lines, because I'm not going to tell y'all what to do. But I do want to remind you with the chances of the carjackings rising. Mm-hmm. All I'm going to say is your car is an extension of your home.
Yes, it is.
And if you do protect your home, you need to protect your car and the valuables you have in it. And I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about
you.
So that's what it's going to take. And
this stuff is going to be on the rise.
It is. I mean, when you've got criminals taking over because of whatever reason, whether our court system does not work, our jails do not work, when they feel that whatever happens is worth going around and taking a chance and stealing and robbing you and pulling you out of your car, I'm telling you, you're going to have to take care of yourself.
Well, you remember that in Jackson, Mississippi not long ago, it was a grandmother that took and dropped her grandkids off at the school, and she was literally pulled out of her car and thrown to the ground and her car stolen.
Yeah.
We don't want this happening to y'all.
You've got to be head on a swivel.
Now, we've got a special guest coming up. Ed's going to tell us he's raising money here, Meridian, for Mary Hope. He's going to tell us what he's doing. The unthinkable happened also. We're going to touch on this morning, so we want all of this in your mind. Clarkdale, one of the nicest communities you could ever go into. They only get picked on by tornadoes.
Yeah.
Robbery, Clarkdale. Can y'all believe this?
Something you just don't hear a whole lot of.
We're going to come back. We've got that story and a whole lot more of things that happened this weekend that you need to know about. Yeah. We'll be right back. Y'all be careful.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigerator. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie. And as we promised, now we've got a lot more stories coming up this morning of arrests that went on, even over Newton County, the murder that happened there. We've had 3 arrests, and the charge is accessory after the fact we're going to be telling you about.
Yeah, that dealt with some of the family.
We had gunfire in Meridian yesterday. We had someone robbed in a hotel in Philadelphia, Mississippi. A few of the headlines that we're working on this morning.
You know, times have changed. This is no longer the time where kids stay out till dark and then come home. Parents drop you off in the middle of town and leave and come back and get you. You don't go to the store and leave your car running so it's cool inside when you get back. That day and time is over.
Right. My neighbor told me don't let your wife join the gym.
Yeah. That's
Whoops. That's what he told me. That's all I know. I don't have anything else to add on that.
Day and time is time you take care of your own. You better look at Jeff.
She ain't been to a gym in all her life. Those clothes hanging on that treadmill. Join a treadmill.
That's what I use mine for.
They're perfect for that.
Yeah, holds all my dive gear.
I think I've recovered after that.
Yeah, we've got a couple of shout outs. We've got a birthday that we need to talk about.
Yes, we do.
All the way from Sebastopol, Mr. Billy Vance, 77 years old. Now, his birthday was Friday, and we kind of let that slip, and we apologized, but he is now 77 years and 3 days old, so happy 77 plus 3.
Yeah, and boy, the anniversary we just got in, too.
Now, this right here is... as a pun, you could say this is spooky.
Yes, it is. It is kind of spooky.
But our good friend Doc Brown himself, and we're not talking about the one on Back to the Future. We're talking about the Doc Brown that's come on here and ghost hunted with you for years.
Yeah, over at the University of West Alabama.
Yeah. And him and his wife, 47 years today, Miss Marilyn and Alan Brown. Happy anniversary, 47 years.
That's a heap of.
That is awesome. And we've got another listener out there.
Oh, we got one?
We got one to replace the one that didn't think we was funny out of the 2.1 million. We got one to replace her already. And Miss Lee White.
Hey, Lee.
And she is the head coach of the Lady Warriors from East Central Community College fast pitch softball.
Wow.
And we're not going to tell, I'll tell you because I don't want everybody else to know that
tell me.
That's actually Barry White's sister.
Oh, she claims he.
Well, no, not really. She does every now and then, like at Thanksgiving and stuff.
Right, yeah, okay.
Other than that. But Lee is, she went on a cruise with us, and she has been listening, and just wanted to say a big hey to Lee, and thank you for watching.
I appreciate that a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Now, one of the signature things in Meridian, Mississippi is Mary Hope. When you see the skyline and things that come about in Meridian, Mary Hope's what you think of. It's one of those that's there. And we've got in studio with us somebody that rode their bicycle over here this morning. Ed!
Why bring a car when you can ride faster than a car on a bicycle?
What made you ever want to ride a bicycle is what I got to ask.
Ever since I was 14, I was competitively riding. My dad had challenged me. All the kids had these fancy race bikes because in the late 70s, it became a pretty big sport, and we had a couple of great winners of the Tour de France, and cycling was a big thing, especially in Connecticut. And I told my dad, my bike, my Huffy's not working.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, it's going to work until you can do 100 miles. You do 100 miles, I'll buy you a race bike. And I got up early one morning, and I rode all the way to the state of Massachusetts, turned around and came back. My dad had called to work and come back and said, nickname was Chip. He said, where's Chipper? And my mom said, he's riding to Massachusetts and back. And when I got back that Saturday morning, he took me to the bike shop, and I got my first racing bike. And
wow.
So it's a great story. I tell my son it all the time. I'm like, that's what you have to do. That's work ethic. He told me, you put in 100 miles, I'll go ahead and get you that race bike.
Well, we had 3 neighbors here try that, and they couldn't walk for a week after sitting in one of them little bitty seats.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my. I mean, thought of that makes me go like that.
Look,
how you handle it?
When I first started, the seats weren't always like that. And when I started back, which was about a little over 6 years ago, Bob Sample said, you can't run anymore. My back was all tore up. Dr. Pasha from the Pain Center, Management Center, has been great. And he gave me my life back. And
that's great.
I got to give him a plug because he's one of the greatest guys
Helped
I
you
know.
out there.
But, oh, God, look,
Now,
I couldn't even walk.
As we pull this up for everybody, these different colors here, if y'all can see this, you're raising money for Mary Hope. Why?
Right.
What needs going on there?
So I am an endurance cyclist, I guess you'd say, and I've done several races in the past, and I want to do the Race Across America, which is the summer of 2024. It's a 3,000-mile race. So you have 12 days to do it. And this is it's in fact it starts today.
I don't want to drive across America in 12 days.
Me either.
But so I told when I ride, if I do anything that's really big, I want to do it to raise money for Meridian. This is my home. This is the place that I love the most. And I told Aubrey Flory and Kim Waters and Donna Huff Owens, I said, I got this idea to do a 5-day race, actually a 4-day ride, and I want to do the outskirts of Mississippi. It's about, 1,167 miles exactly. Thank you, Clint Blackwell. But at any rate, I told them, we had a board meeting, and I said, I'd like to raise money for Mary Hope. And I said, I want to raise $25,000. And they were like, man, this is a great idea. What do you need? And I said, well, I've got a couple of folks, and they've been great. I've got some great sponsors that said, look, if you do this, we'll go ahead and sponsor, make sure you have food, make sure you have gas in the vehicles that are going to support you. And not for me, but for my crew, they need a place to stay, so we'll make sure that their hotel accommodations are paid for. So Woodstock Furniture and Chris Bullock at WTOK Of course, Pain Management Center, BMG was wonderful, and so was Hotel and Restaurant Supply. They have supported me. And when we got the money for that, I said, everything we have now goes straight to Mary Hope. And so we've been starting to raise money for that. And, I was there when the Young's Hotel went down. I know you were there.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart. And I said, this is something that can't happen. And I'm not saying that Mary Hope's in disarray. It's not.
But it needs maintenance too.
Yeah, it's old.
Yeah, we could use some work on the roof. We need a new paint job. I mean, there's things that could be shored up, and we don't want to lose this. We don't want to lose any buildings now. Not especially now with the way that Meridian's going downtown. We're really starting to expand, and we don't want to see anything like this, happen. So.
That's right. This is, of course, Mary Hope. They have their own Facebook page if you want to visit there. It's always something going on there.
So how can the general public help? What can they do to help you raise these funds that's needed for Mary Hope?
Well, they can go to the Mary Hope's Facebook page. They can go to their website, which is www.maryhope.com. And there's that wonderful, what is it, QRC code?
Yeah, QR code.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
those things are great. But they could go, these posters are all over town. They can hit that code and donate what they want, what they'd like to. And I had a guy on church on Saturday came up to me and said, I heard what you were doing, and gave me a check. And I just was blown away. Anything will help. And as we travel throughout the state of Mississippi, we have several places that we're going to be stopping at to do some promotionals. Tim Irvin from WTOK is going to be with us for a few days, and he's going to be reporting as we make this trek. And so we're gonna head out of Meridian. We're going to have Mary Hope's going to be open on the 4th of July. So if anybody wants to go, it's going to be open all day long. And then at 3 o'clock, we're going to have what's called the Patriotic Kickoff. And I'll show up. I'll answer any questions that people have. We'll do some media stuff. I've got some of my best friends that are going to be riding with me. I've got my riding club that's going to be with me. And they're going to ride about 15 miles. Bobby Moody from Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department has graciously told me that he will take my group. There's probably going to be maybe 15 of them, and he's going to take us up to the first 15 miles up to Plant the Earth, and then turn around and bring them back to Mary Hope, and then I'll continue on to Columbus and then Corinth and South Haven. So the first day will be a little tougher because your adrenaline's pumping, so you don't want to get off the bike. So we'll probably do about 26, 27 hours, put in a little over 350 miles.
That's more than one day in my. I went to West Lauderdale, but I can add. We're just going to do 26, 27 hours. That's.
So you kick off the 4th on this, right?
Right.
And again, tell us how people can make donations to this.
If they would go to the Mary Hope website, they'll see our promotional. They'll see my race jersey, my race kit with Mary Hope on it, Bike Around Mississippi. They can go to the website. They can go to Mary Hope's Facebook page, and then of course Magnolia State Cycle, who's one of my big sponsors as well. Clint Blackwell, the owner of it, is my crew chief as well as my mechanic, and you can go to his website and also donate. You can hit that code, and it goes straight to Mary. Everything that we collect now over the state of Mississippi. Everything that we collect goes straight to Mary Hope. Nothing is needed. We have, because of our sponsors, we've been able to take care of everything. And this happened within a week. When I told people, hey, look, this is what I want to do, they're like, yeah, here's money. Go and do it. And if you have anything left over, put it towards Mary Hope. We did that in a week. So everything we've collected from this point forward, everything goes straight to Mary Hope, and I'm really excited about that.
I think it'd be, come up with whatever hits you personally, and sponsor this a penny a mile, a dime a mile, $1 a mile. But like you said, we're going to say 1,200 miles, but. And I saw it on here just a minute ago, and now I can't see it. But what'd you say it was? 1,167
Exactly.
miles?
Yes, sir. So we'll get done in 4 days. We're gonna, And like I said, this is going to be a big training ride for me for something bigger next summer. But, so I'll stay on the bike about 21 hours. The first day will be different because your adrenaline's pumping and you don't want to sleep. But everything that we do is going to be based off, like you said, something about the seats. I promise you, when I was first showed one of those seats that looked like a banana, I'm like, absolutely not.
Right.
No way. It is the greatest thing, and it's all geometrically shaped, and I had to go through a couple of them to find the right
Kind of
fit
like a
for me.
rolling pin.
I reckon.
I promise you. But we'll try and get you on there.
That's
Scott,
okay.
a little bit.
Ed, thanks for coming in and telling us about it.
Thank
we
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
I appreciate both of you.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie as we start this morning. And, well, it's Monday. What can we say?
It is definitely Monday. Playing catch up over the weekend and all the crazies that's happened in our neck of the woods.
Now, we mentioned before we went to talking about bicycles and all that something that just should have never happened this weekend, Friday. A store was robbed in Clarkdale. Let's pull this up. As we look at this is the scene, and the sheriff's department's in the background there, to where two suspects pulled up in a little red car. Mm-hmm. One jumps out with we think maybe a shotgun is what it could have been. A long gun is what it's being referred to, and took money from the cashier. She was in there. That's got to be scary, Odie.
You know it is to look down a barrel of any gun but a shotgun and someone demanding money. You don't know what their train of thought is at that time. Obviously, it's not right, or they wouldn't be in there doing what they were doing. But luckily, a good Samaritan right down the road has a good camera system.
Yep.
And caught the car, was able to turn that in, and it could have been something that wasn't solved, but neighbors that were looking out for each other, family members knowing something wasn't right, got these kids caught. Well, one's not really. Neither one of them's a kid. But if it was not for a neighbor and family saying this isn't right, and I think we need a lot more of that. Neighbors see stuff, families know stuff, and it's going to take all of us as a community to fix it. And it started out right here in Clarkdale.
That's right. Now, this was he was wearing a hoodie. When I show this picture, let's pull this up. This gentleman right here was wearing the hoodie. This was your getaway driver. Let's pull this up and let you get a good look at this. Matthew Casey Otwell. And of course, this is from Blind Brown Road is where he lives in Lauderdale County. Mike Myers' neighborhood, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Here is our driver, Hunter Chase Smith, who has also been arrested. They'll both be charged with this. It doesn't matter whether you walk in with the gun or you are the driver. You're just
right.
as guilty as walking in.
That's right. You took part in it.
And again, I go back to clerks. I've talked to several clerks in our community, and I've not spoken to this young lady. I've only read what she's had to put, but I've talked to several in the past that have been on the receiving end of getting robbed. And it is one of the most scary things where you can't sleep. It bothers you when people come in. It makes you, is this someone else that's coming after me? It makes you uneasy.
It really does. And that's something that's going to stick with you for a long time. And this changed this lady's life.
Now, bad guys, be thinking of this. There's a lot of folks that don't ask questions. There's things under the counter to where you may not walk out of there. Keep that in mind if you're a bad guy watching us this morning. Could have ended up differently for that person also. But thank heavens this young lady was safe. The Clarkdale community, we cannot give kudos enough for y'all to jumping on this and getting this solved.
That's right. I'm talking about coming together.
Now, I received a letter. I posted it last week as we were all looking for the suspect in the murder in Newton County of a young lady that was murdered senselessly. Someone was on the run. As they ran, we received a letter from a family member that says, well, this is not all true what you're hearing. Well, we now see that there have been some arrests made as we go here to Jasper County. They made some arrests here for aiding and abetting. And the actual charge is going to be accessory after the fact of capital murder. The person was trapped in Clark County and he took his own life. These are three. We're expecting more arrests to follow that helped him along the way, is the way we're understanding this story. And again, you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, but these are the charges against these three people for helping that person escape and elude police. They will throw the book at you for helping someone who has committed murder.
That's right. Well, he had to eat. He had a cell phone. People were giving him information. Gave him a cell phone so they could talk to him, fed him.
Yep.
Knowing he was wanted. And now their life has changed.
It makes you guilty,
for the worst.
just like it. And I need to talk to somebody, maybe a judge, of what the sentencing is for that. I'm not sure what the charge. Maybe law enforcement knows that, but I'd like to know what that is, of what you can get up to, what the maximum is for. Jerome, you may know this. You were in the law enforcement for umpteen dozen years. You may know exactly what that charge is, what you can get for helping someone.
We need to get us a judge to come in and sit down with us one morning and talk about the judicial process. We know that in America we do have laws that protect us. Mm-hmm. And then you are innocent until proven guilty. So there's some laws that protect, I guess you could say, the guilty until they're proven.
Correct.
So maybe we do need to see if we can find a judge that's willing to come in, sit down, and say, "Hey, let's talk about some things."
Open door. Who's one of our judges that wouldn't mind coming and talking? We don't bite. We'll keep it right
we
down the
nibble
middle.
a little bit, but that's about it.
I ain't commenting on that. We'll be right back. We're going to go to this day in history in a moment, find out what went on. A few things that happened. We'll be right back.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Dr. John Line and Dr. Jennifer Dooley have expanded their services when Dr. Cook retired last year. Advanced Vision Center is located on the 5th floor of Anderson's Medical Tower. Now, they bring experience in the most advanced technology to the Meridian area. Whether it's your first visit or you've been putting off that exam, and all of your text messages are blurry now. Advanced Vision Center knows how important your eyes are to you. After all, they are your windows to the world. Call today for an appointment. 601-553-2100.
Hi there, I'm Chris Bullock, a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. I'm out going door to door, getting my message out directly to voters. I want Lauderdale County to be the best place in Mississippi to live, work, and raise your family. I'm the most qualified candidate. I ask for your prayers, and on August 8th, I humbly ask for your vote.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock. Well, we got an answer to how many years you can serve.
Yeah, 5 years maximum. We're trying to find out if this would be a felony, because that's going to be something that would stick with you for the rest of your life. So that's a deterrent. I'm not doing 5 years for something I didn't do now. And we do have another anniversary. So
do we?
Miss Connie and Mr. Ralph Johns, happy anniversary, 42 years. That's a long time.
Got me beat.
Congratulations. And RW, I hope RW is feeling better. He woke up this morning, saw himself in the mirror, and got a little sick. So we've told him don't look in the mirror first thing in the morning. But he accidentally did this morning.
Is he feeling under the weather now?
Yeah, he got sick when he saw his reflection. but hopefully he's getting better. We love you, RW, and we'll bring you some chicken noodle soup for lunch. So, all prison sentences are felonies. Well, prison's a year more, so hey, might be something to think about.
Teresa said there was a man in Meridian arrested for murder, and the bond was set way low. It could be. Well, and again, let me bring that back up of a judge joining us. We'd love to have a judge, someone from that side of the courtroom talking with us about, because there's a lot of laws that sometimes things happen that if you don't study this every day, you don't understand the loopholes that attorneys can use to get their clients reduced sentences. And it would be nice to know all of that.
Because there's laws that you can't you've got to have a good reason to say, okay, $1 million bond.
Right.
You can't just give them whatever you personally think. There's laws out there. So there's a reason. Don't know what it is, and I'm not sure what case you're talking about. But
and a lot of criminals in our area will take the gamble. Will the Meridian Police Department lose my file also? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take that chance. I could get out scot-free. The whole folder just come up missing, including the digital file.
Not going good. 84-year-old to Lawrence Hunter.
Wow.
That's great.
All right, let me see if Odie can do this, because he always had this saying when he came on TV. Y'all remember this guy, Jim Neighbors? Can you what do you say? Well, how do you?
Golly,
I can't do it.
I can't. Really.
Jim Neighbors, and of course you saw him on the Andy Griffith Show, and he would get his own show, the Gomer Pyle, United States Marine Corps.
But then when he sang,
that was weird.
Golly, and he could sing.
He could.
He just don't know. But he could sing.
He sure could. This was a day back in 1942 that a little girl would get her first diary. Little did we know, or did she know, that her diary would go down in history and forever be able to track what happened to so many millions that lost their lives. As we remember back, Anne Frank got her first diary on her birthday today.
Yeah.
That my heart, the hair on my arm stands up when I think about this.
It gives you the EBGBs.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Now, not everybody can spell that, y'all, but it's a word.
It's not like it sounds.
1952, a guy that would later grow up to write, "You're wanted by the police and my wife thinks you're dead." Superstar Junior Brown was born on this date, and, well, there's no other quite like Junior Brown out there. And if you've never heard that song, I highly suggest listening to it. It's catchy. The video has the old girl showing up at his front door and his wife back there wanting to know who's at the door, and he's going,
"Get away." One
of the most beautiful women. And I'm telling y'all, she was so beautiful, about 9 men to 10 married her. They couldn't control her. But in 1963, a big movie would hit the screen tonight. Cleopatra premiered, and you guessed it, there she is, Elizabeth Taylor.
She was a wild one.
Oh, boy, and she certainly was one of the most beautiful women that ever graced the thing. 1973, after she had thought about Porter and her going her separate ways, she sat down in her dressing room and wrote this. They would go in and record it today. I think it was RCA Records, as Dollar recorded it, "I'll Always Love You."
I tell you, and it's been through it all.
It has. This next guy. He always put Matt back together. No, man, and I read somewhere how many times Matt was shot.
Well, he fixed him up every time.
Sure, even one time helped Festus.
So, yeah, I feel good about that.
In 1980, we would lose Milburn Stone, of course, to the world. That was Doc on Gunsmoke. That he did play that character. He bet he was just that little slow stroll. I sure liked him.
Kind of like Greg, wasn't in a hurry.
That's right. 1981 in theaters tonight, Raiders of the Lost Ark premiered.
Great show.
Oh, you don't get any better than him.
No, not at all.
Let's see. This is a guy getting you home, the Black Dress song. Y'all remember a guy named Chris Young? He was born on this date, 1985. He's lost the cowboy hat since I last saw him. They tend to do that with this new crowd. 1987. Really, this was one of those like weird shows.
You know, I tell you, I watched on Netflix. I watched the
what?
Oh, what do you call
documentary?
Documentary on Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was actually pretty interesting. And it talked about his movies and him and Stallone. They were at ends. I mean, they kept going at each other.
Did you see the write-up? You remember that movie he was in called The Last Action Hero?
Yeah.
It bombed, and he said that he hid for a week and a half because it was so bad that he couldn't face anybody. It was horrible.
It really was.
Yeah, there's no other way to word it.
No.
1988, really, he made it to the #1 slot today, and we're talking Randy Travis, and I told you so. Suppose I called you up tonight and told you that I love you, and you still hung the phone up. 2003, we would lose one of the greatest that ever graced the silver screen, and we're talking Gregory Peck, passed away on this date back in 2003. Wow. What an actor, a gentleman among gentlemen. That's a little brief look of what happened in history. We got a lot to go over. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get it all in of what went on over the weekend. We're going to try.
That's right. But if not, we can always bring back a few things tomorrow.
Yeah, we sure, and we may have to.
As long as y'all act right.
We'll be right back.
No matter how many times you try, and no matter where you call, Representative 81 Steve Horn won't answer the phone. We're not getting any representation in Jackson. District 81, we can do better.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift. Or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again. Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs.
My mama said I need a truck because this lawnmower's the devil.
Buddy, we can do it!
Need a truck?
We can do it!
Need a van?
We can do it!
Need an SUV?
Buddy, we can do it!
Need some luxury? We've got you there too.
We can do it!
At Interstate Auto, we can do it.
As we talk about friends, we got them. Snowden & Company is where you'll find them. If you're looking for a home, selling a home, whatever the case is with any type of real estate, that's what they do there. Experience, Snowden & Company, one of the best that you'll locate. And they've added to the team, as you'll see him there. Jeremy, he's part of the team now. But there's so many homes, and you can visit them online. It's one of those things to where if you're looking for the home, browse through, take a look at this. SnowdenRealEstate.com, the many different homes, and no matter where you're wanting, from here over to the Flowood area, all around here, Clarkdale, if you're wanting to move in that area. Maybe it's Enterprise that's your call, or West Lauderdale. See them, 453-3937. They'll get you up. A lot of signs go up with that for sold right there. It's got her picture on it. That's Amanda. See her today or any of her staff. They will help you get together with everything that's going on, take care of you. Snowden & Company, 453-3937 for your next home sale or purchase.
Yeah, good people.
It is. Let's see. As we mentioned, there's a lot happened over the weekend. We did have let's start here with a gunfire that happened here. This would be in the 900 block of 45th Avenue. This would be yesterday morning. Shots were fired here. The car would go down 8th Street. They were trying to follow the guy that shot their car in the trunk, Odie.
You know, sometimes that's too dangerous to follow.
Yep, just pull over, and when the police just tell them where you are, they'll show up to where you are. Let them guys go on, and it ain't worth getting another round fired at you.
You just tell what the car looked like.
Now, I've had a lot of comments about this, and when we get the police reports, sometimes we don't know how A equaled C. Mm-hmm. But let's just pull this up and show you what we do know. As we go to Philadelphia, this would be at the Econo Lodge. A man was robbed, and as this was put out directly from the Philadelphia Police Department, Eric got in touch with us. Around 8:15 on June 9th, a 911 call came in that someone had been robbed at the Econo Lodge. The victim stated that Christopher Dorman of Leake County invited him into a hotel room, locked the door, and placed a gun in his mouth. Dorman then grabbed the victim's wallet and took $700 and 2 casino chips. Now, they were worth about $25 apiece, Odie. Well. Dorman then left the room in an SUV in an unknown direction. Now, they have put a warrant out for Christopher Dorman. If you happen to know where he is, we're going to be getting a picture of him today. They're looking for him. Now, all the comments of saying, why was he in the room? Why did he go in there? I have no clue. I've seen some comical answers. I've seen some more serious ones. We don't know the answer to that yet. The police are working on that, Eric Lyons, behind the scenes to get this solved. Yeah. That's what went on up at the motel in Philadelphia.
But if y'all know Mr. Dorman, let the police know where he's at if you know. Mm-hmm. And let's go ahead and get this settled. Don't know what his side of the story is. Remember, there's always 3 sides to a story.
That's right.
Side 1, side 2, and the truth. So we need to get all 3 of them out there.
That's right. Now let's go to Kemper County next. There was a shooting. Absolutely. Highway 397 at the Kemper-Winston County line. We have no other details other than knowing that one person was shot in the leg. That's all I got out of this so far. Hopefully we'll hear back from Sheriff James Moore as to what went on here. Again, this was at the county line right there on the Kemper County side. It was not life-threatening from our understanding, but still, somebody got a bullet in the leg.
Doesn't feel good.
No, that had to be a major disagreement. Now, let's head to Meridian of something that happened on Friday that was felt, is the word patriotic, as we paid tribute to a man who gave his life to the Meridian area. It's been 1 year on Friday.
Man, I tell you, Kenneth Coates.
There's the street, the new sign.
I didn't know Krum real good. I'd met him a few times. Very good guy. Loved what he did. And as it ended up, he gave his life doing what he loved to protect the citizens of Meridian. And I think it was awesome to see the amount of people that showed up.
Yeah, that's a crowd.
It was a crowd to be there for the unveiling of E Street being renamed Kenneth Krum Street. And that was a good honor for his family. A lot of people showed up.
Billy Solly there.
Support the badge, back the blue. Wonderful guy, always friendly.
Now, what I want to address next is talked all around town. This is just fact. You did see the police chief in the background, sitting there behind in front of the podium. She never spoke. Now, I would think, and this is just me thinking out loud, and I think most citizens agree with this, of someone who is in charge. That is their police department. They are top command. The police chief should have spoken at an event such as this. She did not. Can I tell you why? No clue. Absent. Nowhere around. I scanned the crowd. I took pictures. I asked everybody. The mayor was not in attendance. Number 3. Let me pull this picture back up. Anybody notice that American flag? Anybody notice, and I'm going to back up here. Let me back up and show some more pictures as we look at this. There's something else that's missing here. Can anybody guess? I know you're sitting there wondering, what is missing from these pictures? Let me back up here. Look here. Let's pull this up right there. It's a fire truck. But if one will notice down the side of this, it says Russell. It does not say the Meridian Police Department. What is this holding the flag over here that normally holds it? We normally have a Meridian Fire Department with the extended ladder going up all in the air with an American flag draping this. I'm being told that the mayor informed the Meridian Fire Department that they could not show up. They could not hold that flag. So our Lauderdale County folks scrambled to make this happen and brought in fire trucks from the county, and they found a bucket truck to come hang that flag because it needed to be there. Why was this done? I do not have the answer. I would think that this was an event of an officer that gave his life for our city, that our fire department would be allowed to come fly the American flag at such a prestigious event. It is very sad that I'm having to tell you this. Now, is there reasons that I don't know that they were not invited? I'm not sure. But I will make a public apology here if in any way what I just said is wrong in any way. I will be here tomorrow morning and go, I was wrong. But I do know Russell is there. That's a county truck holding the flag. And I've had 25 to 35 people tell me that the Meridian Fire Department was not allowed to come. Jimmy, we ask why. That was a brother that gave his entire life, laid down his life for this city. We should have paid the ultimate respect. We should have heard from you there. We should have heard from the Meridian Police Department chief on such a day as this. Now, I'm not running anyone down. I'm stating facts of what I know. And again, if any fact that I just gave is wrong, I will be more than glad to type it out and put it on our page, and also a public apology tomorrow morning if in any way what I just said is wrong. I don't believe I am. I know they weren't there. Something to think about. Pray for our city. We have to have leadership. Leadership sets an example. We cannot let this man die in vain. Thank you. I will be right back.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
Spring is in the air at the Neshoba County Co-op, located at 338 West Main Street, downtown Philadelphia. If you're looking for that perfect flower for your home or getting ready for a garden, whether it's butter beans, peas, or tomatoes, they've got it all there. The fishing calendar says it's great at the Neshoba County Co-op, whether you're bass fishing or if you're out for crappie. From new rod and reels to getting the exact lure, maybe that worm that you're hunting. Grab a pole and go fishing today. And let's not forget about turkey season. And remember, all roads lead to the Neshoba County Co-op.
What drives us may be different, but what we share is the pursuit. Whether taking on the job site or your own backyard, let the pursuit of the perfect cut begin. Steel's zero-turn mowers are here. Real Steel. Find yours.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Well, this name right here kind of says it all. When you see that blue logo, what does it mean? Quality, honesty, and work that's going to be perfect.
You know, he's going to work with your insurance. He's going to take care of all the paperwork. You just get your car to him, whether it's from the wrecker that come pick you up on the scene or you drive it out to him, whatever it takes. But when Chet gets involved, he's going to make sure the right parts, the OEM parts are on there. He's going to work with insurance. He's going to make sure all the paperwork's done. All you have to do is wait to get your car back, which I promise you is going to look better than the day you bought it.
If you'll notice that picture, they were so determined they drug the coffee out there with them, put it right under the hood to make sure that car was done right.
That's right.
See them today. Chet's Paint and Body. You'll find them in Center Hill, 737-2961. They're going to do all that insurance processing and get you lined up with your insurance company to get your car to drive. See them today if you want your car done right. A good friend of ours, and he does a fantastic job there. As we continue with lots of things that go on in the community, we got somebody that's lost their pup. It's a family member. A kid is missing their dog, and we can't have that. As we go to the doggone department, have you seen them? Last seen in the King Road, Espy Road area. Friendly, loves kids, and the kids need him back. 604-9696 is the number to call so the pup can get back home.
Yeah, that pup needs to be at home, and the kid wants that pup back home. So.
Now, we had a incident over the weekend, a wreck down in right at the Clark County line.
Ooh, you can't park there.
No, you can't. Let's pull this up where everybody else can see what's going on here. This is the intersection there right before you get to the old outpost.
Yeah.
And as you'll see, there's a car up there parking in the wrong place. Deputies everywhere. Highway patrol under the way. There's another one over there that's got a little dent there. One of those accidents that happened over the weekend. They do happen. Be careful out there.
Yeah, we had a wreck last night on the interstate.
We did.
Right there at the 130-mile marker, which if y'all know, that's where the big wreck happened a couple weeks ago, and it's down to a one-lane bridge.
Let's go to Walnut Grove. Even Walnut Grove. I know a lot of people watch us there in Leake County as we pull this up. Fire trucks on scene. What do we got? An overturned vehicle. Look at that, Odie.
Man.
Pretty serious accident there as we look at that. These happen all around. Y'all be careful today. We've got rain coming in later this afternoon. We don't want anyone hurt there. And this was that wreck that you were talking about right there. We had some little pictures of that.
So be careful out there because the rain's coming. It's going to be hard to see. Road's going to be slick. And we know how it turns out when we reach that kind of a situation.
Now, I want to show this this picture here. This was one of these Sebastopol, Mississippi. Anybody watching from Sebastopol? Man. Look at this cloud as it rolled in that last storm we had. That looks like the end of time coming at you.
It does. And, you hate to say it, but wow. That is beautiful.
Well, Odie, I think we're coming to the end of our time once again.
Here we are Monday, fastest hour on TV, fastest hour of your day. We'll be back for another fast hour tomorrow. Friday's coming. Remember, thank you for being here. We love you. Have a great day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.